I won the lottery, and my wife ran off with another man the same day. The phone vibrated on the kitchen counter. I didn't want to look, didn't want to hear her voice, but the screen lit up anyway. "Where are you?" I froze. The message wasn't hers. It was a photo. A snapshot of her, with him, laughing, close, too close. I blinked. My heart raced, not from anger, not yet. Confusion, disbelief. I checked the date. Today of all days. The lottery ticket lay on the table. The numbers matched. Millions! I should have celebrated. I should have felt alive. Instead, the air felt thick, oppressive. My hands shook as I picked up the phone again. No answer. She wasn't here. She wasn't coming back. I tried to breathe, tried to reason. Maybe it was a mistake, a misunderstanding. But the look in his eyes in that photo, the way she held him like she held nothing else in the world. I set the phone down, quietly. I needed to see her. Not to yell, not to plead, to understand. And yet, even as I drove, the fear whispered. This wasn't just betrayal, this was a storm. And I had no idea how hard it would hit me, or how cold I could be in return. She had always been charming, always. Friends called her magnetic. I used to think it was mine, that it was safe in our marriage. But charm, as I learned today, is a dangerous currency. I drove past the cafe where they were photographed. Closed, empty, no trace. My chest tightened. This wasn't an accident, not a fleeting weakness. This was intentional. I remembered the late nights, her work calls that ended in whispers, the smiles that lingered in text messages she left in my presence. I wanted to confront her before, but I dismissed it. Fear, perhaps, or the hope that denial could be a shield. And yet, today had exposed the fragility of that shield. I walked into the house. Her scent was gone. Her shoes neatly placed by the door, untouched. The bed unmade. Not a trace of her packing, nothing to indicate she'd planned to leave, or that she had left me for someone else. I called her. No answer. I texted her. No reply. Then it hit me. He was more than just a friend. He was the invisible thread I had ignored, woven into the tapestry of our life without my notice. The money should have been my triumph, but it was hollow, a cruel punctuation to the sentence of her betrayal. I realized something. I could explode, scream, plead. Or I could wait, watch, understand, plan. She had chosen him. And in that choice, she had underestimated me. I didn't confront. Not yet. Patience was a weapon, and I had it. I started quietly. Her phone records, old emails, conversations she thought were private. Patterns emerged. Weeks, months of hidden messages. Dates she claimed were late nights at work, nights she wasn't home. I hired a private investigator. Photographs, locations, timelines. Every detail assembled like a meticulous puzzle. Externally, I smiled, laughed, talked with neighbors, friends, coworkers. Normalcy. Calm. Inside, my mind was a storm. I replayed the photo, the laugh, the touch. Each memory sharpened into a dagger. And then, the ticket. I didn't tell anyone. I held the winning numbers close, a quiet fury in my pocket. This fortune was mine alone. But would it be worth anything if she could enjoy it? Could enjoy him? I observed her social media. A like here, a comment there. Small, subtle. Concealment wasn't her strength. I traced movements. Saturday nights at his apartment. Lunches that lasted hours. A weekend trip she forgot to mention. Each piece of information hardened resolve. She thought she was clever, but cleverness, I realized, is fragile, especially when someone else is calculating. I didn't call her. I didn't text. Silence was more powerful than any argument. The image of her with him, laughing, victorious, haunted me, but it also fueled me. I smiled, quietly, calmly. I was going to let the truth emerge. Let her believe she had escaped, that she had won. And then she would learn the cost of underestimating me. The evidence arrived, a folder from the investigator, thick and detailed. Dates, receipts, photos. Confirmation. She wasn't just cheating. She had planned it, systematically, carefully. I opened the email from the lottery office. Numbers verified. Millions transferred to my account. My life, legally, financially, untouchable. I called her, not to speak, not to beg, just to listen. Her voice trembled. I didn't mean. I cut her off. Silence. Just the cold press of truth. Then I emailed the folder to her inbox. Every detail, every lie, every secret rendezvous. I watched her reaction unfold on her social media. Panic, confusion, denial. Her lover? Gone. He had vanished as quickly as she had embraced him. I didn't intervene. I didn't plead. The evidence spoke. She realized, too late, that I had orchestrated the unveiling. I didn't need to yell. I didn't need to strike. She had betrayed. I had revealed. She returned home expecting confrontation, expecting drama. I greeted her with a smile. Controlled, detached. "Enjoy your freedom?" I asked. Her eyes widened. Not fear, not shock, not remorse. Recognition. I handed her the folder. No words, just the weight of truth. She read, she crumbled. Words failed her. Screams? None. Apologies? Hollow. I didn't shout, didn't attack, didn't cry. I had let strategy, patience, and clarity execute the punishment. I signed the divorce papers, already prepared, clean, precise, total. She begged, a little, but begging is only potent when hope remains. Hope was gone. I had control. She had lost. It was a quiet devastation, psychological, precise, unforgiving. I moved forward, alone, wealth intact, life intact, lessons burned into memory. Trust is fragile. Betrayal is permanent. Revenge doesn't need fire, it needs calculation. I reflected on the photo, the laughter, the stolen moments. They were ghosts now, powerless. I invested, I traveled, I rebuilt life from clarity, not chaos. Love? Maybe someday, but not with her. The lottery had been fortune. Her betrayal had been the catalyst for strategy, patience, and execution. I walked through life, calm, detached, aware. My power was in restraint. My revenge was in precision. And as I looked back once, without regret, I knew she understood, finally, the cost of her choices. Silence can be louder than screams, and some lessons, once taught, are permanent.